Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, we are going to understand MCP, which stands for Model Context Protocol. MCP is best understood not as just another orchestration framework, but as an open standard for connecting AI applications to external systems such as tools, data sources, and workflows. This session is super important because once AI agents begin working in real environments, they need structured access to capabilities outside the model itself. MCP gives us a standardized way to think about that connectivity layer. All right, why MCP matters? MCP matters because AI applications and agents increasingly need access to files, databases, tools, prompts, and business systems. If every integration is built differently, the ecosystem becomes difficult to scale, maintain, and even to govern. MCP addresses that by offering a common standard for connecting AI applications to external capabilities. A simple way to explain MCP is this. Just as a USB-C gives a standardized way to connect devices, MCP gives a standardized way to connect AI applications to external systems. That is why MCP becomes more valuable as the number of tools, agents, and applications in an organization grows. Can we bridge the previous session properly? Yes. In the last session, we explored Autogen and messaging-based coordination. By now, we have seen three orchestration styles: role-based through CrewAI, graph-based through LangGraph, and messaging-based through Autogen. Those frameworks help us think about how work is coordinated. But there is another question which is equally important. How do AI applications consistently access external tools, resources, and prompts across a wider ecosystem? That requirement is different from orchestration style, and this is exactly where MCP becomes super important. Let's bring back Linda. Linda asks a very important question here. Is MCP just another orchestration framework? Samir clarifies this very clearly as no. MCP is better understood as a protocol layer for context exchange and capability access. The official architecture overview explicitly says that MCP focuses on the protocol for context exchange and does not dictate how AI applications use LLMs or manage the provided context. This is a crucial distinction. Frameworks may govern execution style, but MCP helps standardize how AI applications connect to external capabilities in the first place. All right, what is MCP? MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It is an open standard that enables AI applications to connect to external systems such as tools, data sources, and workflows. The official introduction explains that MCP helps applications connect to data sources like the local files and databases, tools like search engines and calculators, and workflow style capabilities such as specialized prompts. So, MCP is really about making access to external capability more uniform. Instead of building one-off integration logic for every tool or context source, MCP offers a more standardized model for exposing those capabilities to AI applications. Let's understand the core MCP architecture. MCP uses a host, client, server architecture. The specification describes the host as the LLM applications that initiate connections, clients as the connectors within the host application, and servers as the services that provide context and applications. Another important detail is that the host is the application that user interacts with, while each client handles one direct communication with one server. The distinction matters very clearly because it shows that MCP is designed for structured, scalable connection patterns rather than ad hoc integration. All right, what are the core MCP primitives? MCP exposes capabilities through a small set of core primitives. The most important ones are the tools, resources, and prompts. MCP documentation describes tools as functions that can be used and called by the LLM. Resources as file-like or contextual data that can be read by the client. And prompts as structured prompt templates that clients can discover and retry. This is one of the strongest aspects of MCP. It gives a standard vocabulary for what can be made available to an AI application. Executable functions, readable context, and reusable prompt structures. All right, where MCP fits the best? MCP fits the best in environments where there are many tools, data sources, and AI applications that need to work together consistently. Its value grows in the enterprise settings where reuse, interoperability, and common ingestion patterns become very important. The official introduction specifically highlights broad ecosystem support across clients and servers, making it easier to build once and integrate across the applications as required. So the rule of thumb is very simple. If the organization is moving from a single prototype towards a broader ecosystem, MCP becomes more relevant. It helps reduce integration sprawl and encourages capability reuse. What are the strengths and limitations of MCP? The strengths of MCP are very clear. It improves standardization, supports reuse, and makes it easier to expose tools, resources, and prompts through a more consistent connection model. That helps when many AI applications need access to shared capability. But MCP has some limitations. It does not replace orchestration frameworks, and it does not remove the need for security, authorization, tool wrapping, or governance. Standardization is helpful, sir, but standardization alone does not make a system safe or production ready. Let's close the session with the main takeaway points being analyzed. MCP is best understood as a standardized connectivity layer for AI applications. It is not mainly about a role-based, graph-based, or messaging-based orchestration. Instead, it helps applications connect to tools, resources, prompts, and external systems in a more consistent, reusable manner. So, this session adds an important new layer to our understanding. Crew AI, LangGraph, and Agen help explain how work is coordinated. MCP helps explain how capabilities are exposed and connected. And that now brings us to the final production-focused topic, the tool wrapping, security, and rate limiting, where enterprise discipline becomes essential, and we will talk about it in the next session. I hope you learn through this series. If you like the channel and the content, kindly subscribe and encourage me. If you have questions, please go ahead and type it in the chat section. I'll be very glad to answer them. Thank you very much.